Welcome back, besties. What a week it's been. What a week it's been. But let me tell you, we gotta talk about some things, okay? The past month, I've had a lot of things on my mind. When I saw Nosferatu, the Ethel Cain Perverts album came out. Is this even recording? And TikTok literally just got banned. I live in America, if we didn't already know this, and TikTok got banned last night. That's what I'm talking about in this video, so stay tuned. This time around, I think I'm gonna put like little timestamps or whatever at the bottom. Today is just literally a streamline of consciousness, streamline of thoughts. I got the Calcifer Yule log going, so the crackling is that. You can't really see him on the camera. But for Christmas, we got this like TV backlight situation, so everything we watch translates on the backlight, so it's like a really immersive experience, and then we have a light over here that connects to it. So if we get another one, the whole room will be an immersive fucking experience. I got a couple things here. I got my book because there's some things about the album. I got my coffee in my mug. My second favorite mug. I can't remember where I got this. I think I got this in Japan. Speaking of, if you guys are interested, I can make a video of my whole Japan trip. The only thing I will say is that I have pictures of trip 2 and 3, but I do not have pictures of trip 1 because that was when I was a freshman in high school, and that was in 2013, and that is almost 10 years ago. So Snapchat existed because that's where most of my pictures are on. Because Snapchat back then was like really big. So a lot of my pictures are on that, so I'm gonna have to pull it out of there. But I'm still willing to do it because recently I've had an urge to like really want to go back. Like I feel like I always say this every year. I've gone 3 times and I still feel like I need to go back. Anyways, I'm getting hot. I wore this out of appreciation for the new album. First of all, I know I showed you guys this in my other video, but the Perverts merch. I got this shirt. I got the Temple Onanis hoodie, which I understand now. When I bought it, I was like, I don't understand what this means, but not the Temple Onanis, but like the front. If you watch Ethel Cain's actual like video vlogs where she sits with her webcam and talks to her camera on her channel, you probably have watched the video I'm going to talk about. I'm taking this off because it's actually quite hot in here. But guess what I have underneath? Another Ethel Cain shirt. Felt like it was appropriate to wear her merch in this video. I also have a horrible knot in my shoulder blade, so if you see me take like a deep breath and then like cringe, it's because every time I like take a really big deep breath, I can feel the knot under my shoulder blade and it really hurts. Finally, the Ethel Cain album, Perverts. These are my initial thoughts and things I've been thinking about. I haven't unfortunately written a lot of it down. This is like my little, basically my commonplace journal. I drew her. This is the ring she talks about. I literally just like sketched it up because I wanted to be able to look at it while I'm talking to you guys. This is not my concept. Not my concept at all, but after I kind of understood the concept fully, I was like, holy shit, this is kind of genius. So, that I recommend you watch after you watch this video, before whatever you want to do. It's on Ethel Cain's YouTube. The picture here. The Ring, the Great Dark, and the Proximity to God. It's this video. If you just look it up on YouTube, you'll find it. I have thoughts. So, I have a concept, my own theory, if I should say. In this ring, we got the whole thing, and she describes it as, I have notes. I'm gonna like summarize what she says in the beginning. She was listening to a song demo that she was creating with someone, and she was listening to it over and over and over again, and she was going somewhere. It took her a 6-hour drive. I personally think the song she was listening to was Punish, because that's the first part of the album that came out. I could be completely wrong. And the Great Dark video was a while ago. And then she went to Niagara Falls. She got out and she was standing by the water, which, first of all, I remember, I think on Tumblr she said, a lot of the drone noises or the noises she has like in the background of the songs in her album are from the water rushing in Niagara Falls. And when I read that, I think it's off of her Tumblr, I was like, oh my god, that video. And then when I went and I watched that video, I was like, oh my god. I have yet to figure out what song she used it in, or if she uses it in every song, but I do really like the ambiance in the album. Anyways, moving on. Said that she was sitting there and listening to the song over and over again, watching the water, and she had felt God. And in the way she meant God wasn't necessarily like a religion's idea of God, more of like the life, in my opinion, what I take it from is like the life force of Earth. She says like the life. And I consider it like the life force of earth, nature, whatever you want to call it, whatever that brings you there, brings you to that ring. And I wrote here the closeness to it. When she got into her car and she was about to drive away, she made the diagram of the ring. Okay? The ring. Let's start off with how she does it. The concept of her ring. It's kind of like small, so it's hard to read, but I'll try to explain it to you. So the ring has sects. Right? Oh my god, there's so many thoughts rushing to my brain. I need to write this down. Hold up. I need to like go back and listen to this and then like revise it. Hold on. I need to like... My brain is like, there's so many things going into it now. Let me get the baseline out first. So the ring is a smaller concept in a whole. So you got sub bass in the middle, bottom middle. And then the next sect is low guitar, fuzz bass. And then on one side you got the kick. I'm assuming for drums. Could be wrong. Also, I want to say I'm not very knowledgeable on what instruments sound like, but I know like what a guitar and a drum is, duh, and like a bass. And there's the kick. And then the next sect, which goes up to almost like half, bottom half of the ring, is the bright electric, the rhythm guitar, and the pad synth. Not the middle, but the side middle cut of on the outer edge of the ring is low harmonies. Then the one above, that's the snare. And then you got the other one up top, the high harmonies, and closer to like the middle portion on the left is bright synth. And then you got the high lap steel, the tape hiss right up the top. And on the other side is the lead guitar. And then the section, I'm assuming, either from lead guitar and high harmony up, or bright synth, lap steel, and tape hiss. That section of the ring is the sigh, or she also says she calls it the crest. We're gonna go back and forth, okay? So the diagram that she has about the Great Dark and the Divine Theater, and then the pole. So she's saying is that from the Great Dark, where every single one of us resides, the everyday mundane life, you got the Great Dark, and in between the Great Dark, you got the pole, the ring, the, what is it called? So you got the ring, and then there's like a barrier from the Great Dark to the Divine Theater, and that's called the Fear. The Great Dark in the pole comes through the ring, and just like kind of comes to a point, and then disperses out to the veil and what we would call God in this sense. Okay? The reason we start with the ring is because the ring is a smaller concept within the Great Dark concept. Right here, I'm getting somewhere. Wait. We can get even deeper in this. Okay, let me bring this up. Pull your own lyrics. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but this is how my brain works. I guess pull your own is a good place to start. I was like clicking on Genius's like description. 3, curiosity. 1 quick moment to crane the neck. I've always possessed the insatiable need to see what happens inside the room. In Genius, it talks about, in this case, it suggests that Ethel stretches her neck upward to gain knowledge, much like the transcendence of the ideology founded here, proceeding upwards to find the Divine Theater. And then when I was reading this as I was listening to the song, I was like, oh my god, the Divine Theater. Wait a second, that concept keeps being brought up throughout this song. I was like, wait, is this whole album a ring in itself, first of all? Second of all, is every song its own ring? Pause on Pull Your Own real quick. For her, the ring is a mixing chart of music. So in my brain, she sees this while she's making the song, right? And she said that the song that she was making at the time encompassed the ring for her. And in my brain, I think it's Punish because, in my opinion, Punish is a ring in itself. Because if you guys watched my other video, my playlist Unlocked, I talk about, I have an overwhelming feeling I get when I listen to certain songs. It has a name to it. It's called Frisian. And I get like goosebumps on my cheek. And it's like a transcendental experience. And when I was going again and watching this video the second time, I was thinking about that because she was like, the ring for her is a mixing chart for music, but once it encompasses the whole thing, it becomes the ring, the concept. The ring, here I wrote, is the full spectrum of frequency when listening to music. And then she says, the ring could be anything for anyone, anything that kind of makes you feel that like, That's why there's a sigh. He points out that it can be anything. Music, drugs, sex, food, nature, creating, movies. I was thinking specifically like, okay, what's a ring for me in my life? I was like, okay, so I know one is music because for me, music there's always been songs that give me this like feeling of transcendence. I will give you a song of Ethel Cain's that does that for me, and that is Punish. Onanis does it for me too, and the reason I say it, and I think Punish is a really good example of it. In the beginning, you start with the creaking of the swing, and then you have her vocals. So you're like hitting the crest. I was an angel and they made me leave, and then it goes boom, and then it hits you, and then it goes. To me, that moment is that sigh. Like when I listen to that song, once that instrument hits, like I literally feel like I'm like that SpongeBob meme where he has the headphones in and he's going like this. That's what I feel. Punish is a ring in itself, okay? I think the rings for me, one of them would be movies, because after a movie obviously the ring is going to be different for every concept. So the ring for a movie is not going to look like a ring for the music, you know? Which I will take this into the song Onanist. And in Onanist, you know, you got I love this song. It like literally feels like I'm out in the ocean or in a forest, and like a siren is like literally like in my ear. Dude, I could literally keep going on. But my point is Onanist, in my opinion, as well, is another ring. And I say that because, you know, in her video, she says that sex can be a ring in itself, right? Food, sex, movies can be a ring in itself. And when she said sex, I was like, oh my god, Onanist. Onanist isn't necessarily about sex, it's about masturbating. And masturbating can be a ring in itself for someone. And then you have this whole crescendo of sounds that sounds like an orgasm. In my opinion, that is like, you know, then you get that whole concept in the middle where it's like that whole instrumental. I take that as like reaching peak, and when it goes down, it's just like the ending of it going, it feels good, it feels good, it feels good. It almost feels like she's trying to convince herself that it feels good, that it's a good thing, you know, that you shouldn't be shameful. I think itself, Onanist in its own is its own ring. Where I'm getting at is that I think I could go through all of these. If you guys are interested, I will literally go through every single song, but I think I'll cut it off, like the Ethel Cain stuff off here after I finish what I'm gonna say. Everyone has their own ring in life. In my opinion, I think the whole Perverts album is its own ring. I think every single song is a different section of the ring, but then when you listen to the song, the ring itself is a sub ring in itself. So it could be not every song, but you know, Onanist is its own ring. I think Pull Drone is its own ring, which I will talk about again before we move on. Pull Drone, after she says that whole thing about every like 1, 2, 3 of the ring, you go in for like 10 minutes of noise, and it's just going it crescendos and then it goes down. It goes up and then it goes down. And in my opinion, I think Pull Drone is the music ring in itself, because after she goes through every section of the ring, you literally go through like almost every instrument when you're listening to it. If you listen to it, it almost goes from siren to violin to organ, like it melts into instrument, and then it goes back to a siren, like an alarm, like a meow, meow. So, and then it does that. It loops and it keeps going. Pull Drone, oh, where are you? Once the ring is completed, you feel the pull. So every time a ring is completed, I know I didn't get into every concept that I want to. Maybe I'll literally make like a separate video. But the pull is the thing you feel when your ring is completed, right? And the pull pulls you towards the divine theater. It makes you want to go there. The pull goes into the ring and then extends out. So the song Pull Drone is a ring in itself. It literally does that. From the instrument, you can infer where you are on the ring. If you're at the bottom portion where you're still in the gray dark, or if you're at the side and the crest. When you listen to the song, all I could think of, like especially when you have headphones in, you literally hear it going like this. There's another song that does that, and I think it's House of Psychotic Women. It literally, if you have headphones in, you can hear her, like, it sounds like she's literally walking around you and, like, whispering in your ear as you're, like, listening to the song. It's genius. But the reason I wrote that here is because, to me, when I was listening to Pole Drone, all I can hear is, like, you just edging the Divine Theater, and then you go, and then you feel the sigh, and it goes, and then it goes back down. And the song is The Ring. Does that make sense? The Pole Drone, the song is The Ring. It's The Ring! I don't know if I'm making any sense. I feel like a crazy person. Like, you know that meme of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and is Charlie doing this? That's what I feel like. Am I making sense? So, Nosferatu. I went and I saw it after I came back, probably like a week after I came back, because like there was just so much stuff going on. I went to go see it with Aiden, because I wanted him to watch it anyways, and he knows my love for Bram Stoker's Dracula. I love that like romanticization eroticness of it. It's like a different kind of erotic. And I think Nosferatu also has that eroticism, but in a way it's like shameful eroticism. Like Count Orlok is supposed to be shameful. Like it's supposed to be, in a way, Lily Rose's Depp, shame it personified. I literally think they're the same movie, but like emphasizing different things, you know? And I think that the movie was great. I loved it. I loved the score. I loved the acting. Willem Dafoe was funny. I really, really liked it, and I would go and watch it again like a gajillion times because I really liked it, and I want to like pick it apart. And it's just like I feel like everything in that movie was so intentional, and I do really like the concept of Count Orlok is kind of like grotesque. That's my thoughts on Nosferatu. I really enjoyed it, and I would put that on like my top list for real. I'd be like, another good vampire movie, Nosferatu. Let me talk about the TikTok ban for a second. Oh. This is so sad. I don't even get the message anymore. Huh? Wait, what the fuck? I can't go further down than that, unfortunately. And I can watch my own videos, but I can watch my own video. Okay. But anyways, what the heck was that? I don't know. I do think that TikTok might come back, whether it be in a week, a day, a month, whatever it is. My camera just died and I don't want to go charge it to try to fix it, so I'm taking the rest of this video on my photo booth, so bear with me. Sorry for the quality change. You can actually see Calcifer in the back here. But, what I was trying to say, I was hanging out with a friend, watching Twin Peaks, in light of David Lynch's death. RIP. I ate food and I went and laid in bed, and I was like, you know, I'm going to spend the next 2 hours I have to scroll TikTok. 10 comes around, scrolling. People are talking about, like, oh no, it's getting laggy, la la la. And I was like, mine's not getting laggy. Like, what the fuck? Then I heard that the servers were supposed to shut down at 8:30, and I was like, why do I still have the app then? 30 minutes go by. I'm scrolling, it stops loading, and I go, oh no. Aiden's, like, watching over my shoulder, and he goes, that's your last TikTok. And I was like, me. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. I close the app, I reopen it. Also, oh my god! Speaking of segueing from TikTok ban to my script, I'll tell you the name of my script, okay? But all I can tell you is that my professor responded to me. A month goes by. Literally a month goes by. I'm like checking. And I'm like, okay, I think I scared him with my script. Because in the end, it gets really gory, and I don't want to give anything away, just in case, you know, if I make it and you guys watch it, I don't want to give anything away. But it gets kind of like, you know, I didn't warn him that it may be slightly a horror film. I had a chance to read through your script, and I think it's fantastic. Really engaging storytelling, pacing, imagery. You have a good understanding of rhythms and flow of a suspenseful narrative, and your writing style involved me in such a way that I was visualizing what the film looks like on screen. Have you shared this with anyone yet? And after I saw that, I was like, I literally was like, for like 15 minutes, like he didn't respond for so long that I was like, all right, it's bad. But I said, hearing from you that it's well written makes me proud. I was nervous that it wouldn't be good. Then he responded, he said, no, I think it's quite good, Chloe. That's the first line. And then went, from here, it's a process of finding other people who can help you realize your vision. So that is the update on my script. So keep in tune. I'll keep updating. I'm gonna try not to spoil it, but yeah, most of it is done. I totally, like, when I sent it to him, I totally changed the bottom section of the script because, like, a portion of my film felt kind of forced because I was trying to make it into a short film. And then after the idea of the short film kind of slipped away from me, and I was like, I'm not going to confine myself to a time frame. I'm going to write my story and get every creative idea I have on it. So then I deleted a chunk, like a big chunk of my script, and rewrote it. Back to no more calcifer. It's Victorian now. So, question in the comments, sound off below. What kind of style video you like the best? I like these videos the best because it feels like I'm like, we're besties. And I get to talk to you guys. We get to talk to each other in the comments. I like these more than the vlog type of videos because I could just talk, yappa. A lot of thoughts on so many things. So I do feel like this format like fits me better. But let me know down below which kind of format you like better. Let me know if you have any thoughts on anything I said about the Ethel Cain album. If you want to elaborate on anything I said or add on to it. Anyways, I recommend you go watch that video of hers because it really, like, she explains it really well. And I try to, like, kind of make my points through that video. I didn't, like, say everything in it. It's her concept, not mine. Again, I will say that again. And then my thoughts on Nosferatu. If you guys have seen Nosferatu, let me know what you think about it. I rated it on my Letterboxd. Also, if you want to keep up with the movies I watch, just go follow my Letterboxd. I literally watched Smile 1 and Smile 2 the other day. Really good. I put it off because I thought it was going to be bad and cheesy, but I thought it was pretty good. It scared the fuck out of me, and now I run up the stairs thinking that there's a group of scary, smiley dancers following me, so definitely scared to be in the house alone at this point. I watched it like a week ago. Yeah, follow me on my social media. If TikTok comes back up, follow me on TikTok. I'll leave that down there. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Bye, besties!